Hi everyone, in the last tutorial we created a simple guest Wi-Fi. Now I'm going to show you how to limit those guest users to a certain amount of bandwidth. So in this diagram we have two guest users. This is just an example, but what we are going to do is to limit each guest user to 2 megabits per second download and 512K upload. So this is the limit that we're going to set on the guest users, and for the regular local users we are going to set 10 megabits per second download and 2 megabits upload for them. So I'm going to show you how to configure this. So the first thing that we're going to do is to go to IP DHCP server, and remember that the IP address or the network that is associated with the guest users is the 10.10.10 network that's associated with the guest users. So what we're going to do is to go to queues, and we're going to go to queue type, and what we're going to do is to make a copy of the PC queue download default. So make a copy, and we're going to call this PCQ download guest, and the rate will be 2 megabits per second. That's the rate, and we're going to copy the PCQ upload. And the PCQ stands for per connection queuing. So this queue will queue traffic per guest user. So whatever is configured in this queue type will be the bandwidth that client will get. So each client will get a specific bandwidth based on this queue type. So I'm going to set the upload, which is 512 kilobits per second, and the PCQ upload guess. Okay, so I've created two queue types for the guests, one for the upload and one for download. Now we're going to go over to simple queues. So we're going to create a queue now. This queue is going to be the global queue. This is for all traffic that is flowing through to the internet. So we're going to call this global, and the target will be the local network. So local network is 192.168.88. So 192.168.88.0/24. And we are going to add another target, which is 10.10.10/0/24, and we're going to set the upload and download limit for this. So this is the total bandwidth. So this will be the total speed of your internet connection. So if the total speed for the internet is say 3 megabits up, and say 15 down. Okay, and now we're going to create a queue for the local network. So this is going to be local users, and the local user is 192.168.88.0/24, and the queue for those users is 2 up. So based on 2 up, 10 down. But this is just for the local users, so it's not for the device or per device. So this is also overall queue. This is overall bandwidth that will be allocated for the local users. So 10 down. So a local user, by doing this, a local user will be able to get up to 10 megabits per second download and 2 megabit upload. So there's no restriction in terms of the per user. So any local user can get this amount. So this is how we're going to set up the local user. One other thing, we should change the parent now to the global. So the global will be the parent queue. Click apply, and we leave everything else as is around this side. And let me just sort. So click on name, and it will show you the relationship between the queues. So this is a child of this parent queue, which is global. You can see the IP address is associated with the queue. Now we're going to create one for the guest users. So click add again. And for the guest, we're going to put in the IP, the network for that. For the guest users, which is a 10 network, and the limit. So what you could do now is to set the total limit for guest users overall. So we are going to give each user 2 megabits down and 512 up, but we're going to set an overall limit. So say, alright, so the total limit is 3. So say we're going to give, so the maximum upload is going to be 1, and say the maximum download is going to be 5. So this is the overall limit for this queue. Go to advanced, and then for the queue type, we're going to change this queue type to the ones that we had created. So we're going to use PC queue upload guest and PC queue download guest. So these queues will limit each user to the set bandwidth that was configured previously. We're going to set the global as the parent. Click apply. So this is the queues. So I'm going to do a test. So now I'm connected to guest. So this is the device that we're using, so it's connected to guest. And I'm going to, alright, so I'm going to go on YouTube on the device and just play a video. Alright, so I'm now playing a video from this device, and the bandwidth, you realize the maximum bandwidth that is being used is no more than 2 megabits because it's just one device that is connected. So it's 2 megabits as was set in the queue type. So if you look in the download queue, 2, and the maximum that the user will get is 2 megabits per second. So if our next device starts browsing, so let me go over to this next device, and if I start watching a video on another device, the speed now doubles. So you'll see where the queue goes up to about 4 megabits per second because each user will be using 2 megabits each. So that is how you would limit your guest users to a particular bandwidth. You can always change up the limits that are the rate limit that is set here. You can also change those to whatever you want based on your connection speed. So that's it for this tutorial. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up And if you haven't subscribed, please remember to do so. So thanks for watching.